XRP Future Millionaire. It's 9:04 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's raining outside, but I'm still standing out here. I actually had to stand outside of my car. And yeah, so this is what we're looking at. My hair is just out of control this morning. Haven't taken a shower, but I wanted to come on and say hi, good morning. But we're raining out here. As you can see, it's wet. So trying to do this best I can. I like to have nature in the background, and I know you guys appreciate that. So this is just a little bit of breaking news coming from Uphold. U.S. Department of Commerce considers Bitcoin Policy Institute's report on crypto benefits. U.S. President Joe Biden issued an executive order that required the International Trade Administration to solicit feedback from the general public about digital assets and competitiveness in the United States. As a direct result of this, the Bitcoin Policy Institute submitted a paper to the United States Department of Commerce on the topic of digital asset competitiveness. The report, released on the July 5th, discusses the ways in which an open monetary network may advance American interests. The research first examines the implications for U.S. objectives in financial inclusion and consumer welfare, after which it emphasizes the most important and useful aspects that are exclusive to Bitcoin. In addition, concerns about national security, energy consumption, Bitcoin mining, and competitiveness were analyzed. Financial inclusion. Regardless of financial inclusion, research from the Federal Reserve estimates that 19% of Americans are either unbanked or underbanked, with rates higher among adults with lower income, adults with less education, and Black and Hispanic adults. To process and settle payments and prevent fraud, a multitude of intermediates are required for the majority of digital transactions. As a consensus, the report notes customers pay between 1.5% and 3.5% in credit card processing and interchange fees. By contrast, cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin offer markedly lower fees by removing the need for centralized intermediaries. We expect that continued innovation of and expanded access to emerging payment protocols like the Lightning Network will not only lower transaction costs for underbanked Americans, but will also exert competitive pressure on trading financial institutions to lower fees as well. Insofar as U.S. competitiveness stands to benefit from domestic technological innovation, equity market appreciation, and as an attractive prospect for global talent, the report highlighted Bitcoin gives the U.S. a clear advantage over other economic blocs and adversary nations that reject or stifle its adoption, especially as they pursue authoritarian governance and monetary systems that's designed to facilitate social control after then individual freedom. So then the security of Bitcoin. Furthermore, the submitted paper stated that the openness of Bitcoin itself provides lawful law enforcement officials with significant tools to detect and trace illegal behaviors, which may lead to the confiscation of ill-gotten wealth made by criminal organizations and ransomware operations. Finally, the report discusses the controversy surrounding proof of work, POW mining, which is ultimately believes will continue to will be valued by the marketplace, and in particular the mining industry will continue to expand in the U.S. within a predictable and fair regulatory framework. It considers that Bitcoin may prove to be an important factor in the acceleration of the production of renewable energy, the stabilization of our new greener grid, and the reduction of methane emissions, while also presenting innovative alternatives to heating systems that are fueled by fossil fuels. So interesting. I just want to let you know what the government's doing this morning and Joe Biden and the policies that they're instituting. So here's the report that they put out. Good morning, XRP Future Millionaire. We're going to get into XRP, but first let's look at the US dollar currency index. I have a targeted projected move now. We have broken out. I projected that 106 plus range, and then I said if we break this and we capitulate up and break this ascending triangle, use it as support, which we've already done this morning, it looks like, or we could be coming again. We could have a possible capitulation event up to $120, 120 spot 239 roughly. A lot of people think I'm nuts. A lot of people thought I was crazy at the 102 target, the 102.94 and 106.38 or 49, which we've already hit. I had a feeling that we were going to artificially pump the US dollar so that inflation doesn't look as bad. And now it looks like we're starting to make the next push up. if this does hold the 106.49 support and use that as a push-up, I am projecting this to move up in the immediate short term to 108.114 is our next target. So if that's the case, with a minor retrace of the US dollar currency index, you're talking crypto, if that happens, this would be used as a rejection area. The 20-day would fail, and you want to buy as close to 20,416 as possible, and then ride it down, assuming that this falling channel holds, or descending triangle, falling channel, falling wedge, whatever you want to call it. It's tightening up here, and if it does get rejected on Bitcoin up here, you'd have a projected targeted move that you could short it down to almost 25%. If you buy it just when it gets rejected by the 20-day, which is a good strategy by some, I prefer to buy it at the top of the pattern, but if you're a technical trader that doesn't understand, that's a better than 21.5% move. So it's a huge move if we do break down. I'm watching this very closely with XRP, where we've got to figure something out here in the days to come. Not long, but by July 9th, roughly, this pattern should be over if it decides to finish it the entirety of the pattern. We had a targeted move if we held the 20-day that could bring us up to 33.6. We have not yet been able to move in the up direction, which means if we break the 20-day to the downside, our next support. So you're looking at a support if we break down of 31.410, if we break up a resistance around 33.2. So we're looking to see if we fill this pattern. If we break this ascending triangle, that's when we have fun, ladies and gentlemen. That's when we have fun, and we can continue the drop. The next drop, in my opinion, would be around 27.7 if we do break this ascending triangle, and then we have to come back down to true support, which is 28 or 27.7, roughly 28.6, I guess we could say, because we are going to have to come down to about 28.5 to retest that bottom. So that's what I'm looking at for XRP. XDC, we're in this rising channel as well, but if you actually pulled this through, it is in a rather large ascending triangle, and we are coming to the actual support area. So with XDC, we're looking to see if we break down, can we hold that 228? Are we going to have to come to this underneath level, which is possible, and this is at about 218. And if we break down through this, that's when we have fun. Right now, we haven't broke down. We're in this ascending triangle, and if we do hold this, we have a massive run back up to about 4.7, which is almost 100%. So we have to see how that plays out. XLM, we're in this descending triangle within a much bigger ascending triangle. So we're going to see what happens. We have to play down to support is at 0.925. If we play up to resistance, it's 123.123. But if we break down and were to not to hold this ascending triangle or the descending triangle pattern at 975, we come all the way down here to 0.53, and that's going to be a spectacular buying opportunity. We must break the descending triangle first. So make sure you hit that motherfucking like button. Share this far and wide on social media. I give you the most accurate charts on YouTube. I'm not a fudster. I give you trusted TA with what I think is going to happen with the patterns right out in front of you. I break it down into segments. Right now, DGB's in a descending triangle. We're in a falling channel as well. So if this gets rejected on the 20-day up here at 978, 00978, you have a targeted move all the way back to 00721. If you can break out of this and break this resistance at 1083, the top end potential is a 200% gain. I just don't see that happening anytime soon. But that's what we're looking at. Make sure to hit that like button. I'll be back shortly.